falling in love with Jesus. I'm falling in love.
I get the same coffee every single day, so I think they know how to make it. So I switched up something today and they made it the original way. Just gonna be a little motivational and say don't let minor inconveniences ruin your day. Yeah. Feeling a little groove today, so we're gonna do a coffee with Christ a little bit different. We're gonna do a worship. Top 5. My top 5. My part. Has to be like one of my absolute favorites. Hey Shawty Bays, welcome to another episode of Coffee with Christ, where we try the same coffee every single day to see if it's going to be a good or bad day. We also get the word of the Lord. Amen. Oh, this can't be real. Ugh. It tastes like the espresso that they make is rotten. And I just cracked my straw. Trust God and his plan for you. Lessen your heart a little bit by knowing that God has already paved the way. The entire path is already made. You just have to walk it, step by step. I just hope that anybody that sees this reminds themselves to let go of their humanly desires. Forget about what you want and what you have planned out for yourself. Stop trying to take it upon yourself and just know that God has already done it for you. God has already planned it. God knows how to make it happen. So whatever situation you're in right now in life, you're questioning yourself and what you're doing. You're not sure how you're going to get there, but you want it. Just pray to God. God knows what you're supposed to do. There is a calling on your life. Understand that the world is a distraction, and it always will be. Let God be the only thing that you focus on. You will find peace in knowing that God has it already planned out. So stop letting things happen and let God happen. You have all of these plans on how you're going to achieve your dreams, but none of them include God. Don't pray before you make a decision. Only pray when things feel wrong and not when things feel right. Let God happen.
Life without God is a life filled with fear. Life with God is a life filled with peace.
Your girl decided to dye her hair last night, so I feel like it's only right to launch a soft reband at the same time. Soft, not hard, a little bit playful, but not too serious. I think it's time. Sorry to break it to you, but you can't be hot. You still can love Jesus. You can be funny. You can be cute. And another big reason why I think this is so... It's gross. The reason why I think this is so necessary is to test out my marketing strategies. I mean, your girl's in college. This is a social experiment. When I was in middle school and high school, lab days were my favorite days. I love doing experiments. I love experimenting. It's about the project and the purpose. It's about the input and the outcome. I feel like I haven't done an introduction in a long time for those of you who don't know me, who are new to my page. So hi, my name's Aaliyah. I'm known on social media for a multitude of different reasons. I started creating content like many other people in 2020 around quarantine, where I did whatever you wanted to. Now it's a little bit hard for me to do that now because people call me an influencer. Take everything I do to heart, judge everything I do. People like me, people dislike me. But I mean, if you're making money off of hate, I would call it motivation. I'm not here to hate the people that hate. I'm here to love them. Besides, many of them are men. Miserable, jobless, the list goes on. And for the girls, welcome. And if you've been here for a long time, consider this a new era. Maybe. I'm a pretty impulsive person, so I don't really know where this is gonna go. Probably thinking 1.5 million followers and you are boring and you do nothing and you don't get any views. Well, this is very true. I don't dance on TikTok anymore. I don't lip sync on TikTok, and I don't bite my lip. I don't wink at the camera anymore. I'm a junior in college studying marketing, hence also why I'm making this video. If my professor sees this, give me an A. But I also was drugged, tormented, practically assaulted, and harassed my freshman year of college. I'm back home now. in case you were wondering. Undiagnosed, well actually TikTok diagnosed ADHD. Was a dancer majority of my childhood, then I quit dance to play flag football and basketball. I'm a girl that likes to do all things, so I will find a way to do that. But I'm also funny and like hot and smart. Journey with Jesus. I grew up going to church, but I never really understood the Bible nor like God's word. At a point in my life now where I am like really on fire for like learning everything. Bear with me, okay? I live in Ohio. And Ohio stuff is not true. I love lots of different kinds of music. I love country, pop, white girl music, black people. Just kidding. I haven't really been listening to a lot of like hip-hop and R&B a lot lately, but I'm in my country era. Now you guys are waiting. I have a boyfriend. I love the gym. I love a good workout. I'm quad mommy. I started working out, I would say my junior year of high school, so that was like a long time ago. Like that was like a long time ago. 2022, 2023, something like that. Taking working out seriously because I had an eating disorder during quarantine and I practically starved myself and ate spinach with dressing every single day. I feel like there's so many people who don't really know how I really am, and I feel like that's like my purpose. Deep down, like you're supposed to know what I'm on, shawty. I feel like I have so much more to give. The question that people always ask me, am I black? Yes, I'm black. I'm half black, half white. Mom's side's Polish, Russian, got some Hungarian, Czechoslovakian in here, Eastern European. My dad's black. I don't really know much more. I'm trying to think like what else do people want to know about me? I'm an overthinker. I have a little bit of anxiety. Along with everybody. I don't care who you are. We got something in common. I'd say I'm a very likable person if you would just like give me a chance. What else? That's what I'm missing. I'm a caffeine addict. I love my energy drinks, my coffee, my quadruple shot of espresso every single day that I just indulge in. I'm a very spontaneous person, yada yada yada. That's about all I got besides the fact that Jesus loves you, and like I said, you can still be hot, love Jesus, have fun with life, be spontaneous, do whatever it is you have on your heart because life is too short. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you're new here, hey Shawty Bae, and if you've always been here, what's up OG? What if I told you that Satan wants your life to feel rushed? What if I told you that the most productive thing that you will ever do in your day is spend quiet time with the Lord? It's not hit the gym. It's not cross off everything on your to-do list. It's to spend time with the Lord. Not rush time, meaningful time. The enemy will make us feel like we have to live a rushed life, that our life is more productive and meaningful when we're burnt out. Because when you're burnt out and when you're tired, and when you're always moving, you're always doing, you lose sight of how beautiful the world really is. You lose sight of your values, lose consciousness of time lost. And a lot of times we end up looking back and regretting it. Time is so precious. It's up to God how much time we have, but it's up to you to decide what you want to do with that time. Do you want to be tired or do you want to be fulfilled? A lot of people think that if you move with so much integrity and so quickly in life, you do everything that you feel like you need to do, you're going to succeed quicker than others. But God promises you will feel internal success when you surrender your heart to the Lord. You surrender your time, make sacrifices in your life. You realize that time spent with the Lord and prayer is more important than the 10 things that you have written on your to-do list. God knows that we have worldly things that we need to take care of and that we need to do. God knows that we have responsibilities and duties to tend to. If only you would just put God first, you would cherish those moments a lot more. It won't feel so much like a chore, but instead a gift. You'll learn along the ways. You'll grow along the ways. God just says to slow down. A lot of the times we are so busy that we forget that it's our time to live. Not to do, but to live. And by rushing your everyday lives, you are not achieving more than people who live to learn with more pace and more balance. You are meant to rest and rejuvenate. So if you spend more quiet time with the Lord and you sit with Him to really plan out your life and to think through your life, the world may seem like it's moving on without you. You may feel like you're behind. That is the enemy in your mind making you feel like you need to rush and you need to hurry up and you need to meet them where they're at. But I promise you don't want to be with them. You will gain so much more eternal value slowing down the pace, taking in every moment, thinking through every decision, learning and experiencing more in life. Enemy doesn't want you to see what this world really has to offer. Hey Shawty Baes, welcome back to another episode of Coffee with Christ, except today we're going to do caffeine with Christ, aka pre-workout version, and we're going to get into God's words until it kicks in. So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, today we're going to look at Psalms 27 verse 1. The Lord is my light and my salvation, whom shall I fear? The Lord is the strength of my life, of whom shall I be afraid? So today I wanted to talk a little bit about fears and how important it is to identify your fears. Now, fear is a very, very powerful force that causes destruction in your life. This can be past trauma, it could be economic, it could be social factors, this could be racial tension, this could be bullying. It could also be self-inflicted. A lot of us stir up our own insecurities because of fear that we have embedded in ourselves. Now, obviously, it's caused by external factors. Nevertheless, we can all agree that fear causes harm to people's lives. However, we need to remember that there is nothing to fear besides fear itself, because it's causing a dark shadow over your life. So it's time you start asking yourself honestly, what is the root cause of your fear? If it's a fear that confuses your mind, it is essential to call on God. Now, what the devil likes to do is take something so small, even if it's the smallest thing, and stir it all up. And that is when you ask God to help you to get rid of what is causing destruction in your life, what is taking over your mind, what is doing everything and anything but giving you peace. We have to remember that the presence of God will ultimately bring you peace, and that your fears will gradually diminish as long as you keep your eyes focused on the Lord and allow Him to erase the dominance of fear in your life. He will control it and He will guide you. Fear is a really big element. Fear can be so many different things. Insecurities, what makes you uncomfortable, what is holding you back from accomplishing your goals. Fear isn't just things that you're just simply scared of. So maybe the next thing that you need to pray about are your fears. Or maybe not your fears, but fear itself. You're one step closer to diminishing those fears and fulfilling peace in your life.
The personal, brutal, honest truth of what it feels like to be an influencer and what I would do differently if I was starting over. First off, don't call me an influencer. I don't like the term. We are not famous. I'm not famous. I feel like once the influencer era kind of like came into place around like 2020, 2021, when editing apps came out and stuff like that, people started glamorizing influencers to be famous people. I'm not Jay-Z, I'm not Beyonce. More personally, it kind of made my life feel dehumanized in a way. I'm gonna start saying I instead of we because I know this doesn't pertain to anybody. This is just how I feel, but I feel like people started looking at me more as a public figure instead of like a human being. And then there's people that are like, oh, well, you get what you asked for. Babe, I started making lip syncing on videos for fun because I thought it was cute. But I'm also very, very, very grateful for the platform that I have. But at the same time, like I don't know if I just have like, what do they call it? Like imposter syndrome, but I don't think that I am what everybody else thinks I am. Like maybe I just like need to get my confidence up a little bit. So what I would do instead of that once you become a person in front of the camera, trust me, you will literally brain rot so much that you forget how to speak. Like it happens to all of us. So something I hate is adapting or like gaining an influencer voice. That's what I'm trying to say. Like I feel like I've kind of lost my sense of self because like sometimes I catch myself doing things that I'm like, girl, like ew. Okay, something I would do differently is I would definitely stand more firm on people respecting my privacy because I'm such a people pleaser and I let people walk on my toes or just like treat me however they want to. They don't know how to act. I don't want people to look at me like I'm a B-word. But sometimes I don't want to be bothered in public. Sometimes I'm not willing to take a picture. Sometimes I just want to feel like the normal human being that I am and go get my stuff from the grocery store without feeling like it's not even like respectful people. It's literally people that are just so rude. That just act like you're literally just like not human. Okay, anyways, moving on. Obviously I started on social media, just like dancing and lip syncing and stuff like that. But like once I started looking at it more as like a career or like a business, I kind of lost my self-perception. I started overanalyzing everything I was doing and it became less and less fun. So my piece of advice for other people would definitely be to have fun with it, okay? I'm going to give you the elderly advice, even though I'm not an elder, and I'm going to tell you to have fun because one day you're going to wish that you did. And to not hyperfixate on what society wants you to look at it as, which is like an opportunity to like make money, which it is. It's a great opportunity to make money, but also like that's where the trouble comes in. That's where like something that you once looked at to just be like a fun hobby or something literally starts to take over your life and starts to take a toll on your mental health. Everything becomes I'm not even gonna like clip out the parts of me like tripping out while I'm talking because that's what it's doing to me. I need to start reading books again or something. Anyways, it's become so nichey, okay? It's starting to lose its color. And by that, I mean we're not having fun anymore. I firmly believe that social media has gone through its eras, okay? So like quarantine time was like easy for people to blow up. Like we had the repetitive like videos, the POVs and like the repetitive dances. Like you could walk up to anybody and be like, do you know this one? And they'll be like, yeah, let's make it. Now it's like so influency. It's so like, this is the product I'm using, blah, blah, blah. Not even like in an authentic way. People have no personalities anymore. And it's literally like a marketing platform. Like we're all just like selling stuff now. Selling our body. JK, we're selling products, you know? People are looking at it more so as a business than a place to have fun, and that's what's making it so miserable, especially for someone like me. So something in return that I would do differently than that is just keep my mind fixated on like, this is just a place for me to like have fun. express myself and have fun, not hyper fixate on like the business or career aspect of it, because that takes the fun away, and then it literally makes you feel like you're working a job that you hate working, because you start to develop a lot of self-consciousness and insecurities, or at least I did, and everything becomes performance based. And when you hyper fixate so much on your performance, you lose your creativity and your happiness. It makes you fixate your thoughts on everything you're doing wrong or everything that you should be doing, instead of just like having fun and like being more careless about it. Another life lesson is knowing that not everybody's out to see you succeed, okay? There's people that are going to want to feed off of you simply just because you have a platform, or because people click the follow button and they follow you. So something I would do differently is not be so kind, giving, and friendly to everybody. Even though that's the type of person I am and the type of person that I was raised to be, I feel like sometimes I could probably be a little bit more stern on my values and my beliefs. Okay, the next thing is when you start to hyperfixate so much on the like career aspect or the business aspect of social media, or if you're like an up and coming person on here, there are so many things that people will feed into your head. Okay, let me just give you a little list. Be consistent. Post every day. Post multiple times a day. Post at the time that people are watching your content. Cut your videos. Edit them good. Post what people are posting. Do what's trending. The list goes on, and it honestly, like, it's so mentally draining when you just want to have fun with it and you just want to be yourself again, because there are so many things that people expect you to abide by. And they act like there's literally like one way to success, okay? Like, I understand there's people that put in effort on social media and they don't get anywhere. But there's also people that put in effort and they get far. There's also people that don't put in any effort at all and they get further. Social media is simply a game. It's a mind game too. You have to learn how to play it well, and you also need to learn how to play your own cards. It is very important to understand and like be conscious of how to ground yourself and like stay like in tune with like reality. Like, I'm not even trying to like speak on like a spiritual level. Like, that's not what I'm saying, but like literally understand that this is social media. There is an entire world and life that exists outside of it. And if this is your whole world, if you make it your whole world, so someone like me who's been doing it for 5 years, to the point where like sometimes I can't get myself to do things without filming Get Ready With Me because I don't know how to get ready with my own self in the mirror, there's an issue. So something I would do differently is definitely just try to learn who I am outside of social media along the ways, or take breaks when necessary. Sorry, I got a call, but I'm always afraid of taking a break because people push out this like, oh, if you take a break or like you're absent on social media, you'll fall off of the algorithm, or like nobody will care about you. And like sometimes that's the truth. It's not that nobody will care about you, but it's just a simple fact that you have to be a person who is always going to be down with constantly moving, because social media is always moving. It's always changing. You have to always adapt to new trends. There's always going to be a new surge of new creators coming in. They're going to bump you right out your spot, homeboy. I really believe in a way that you have to be unique to like constantly like always stick out on social media. And I also believe too, like everybody kind of has their time on here. Like if you're a creator or you have a platform, social media is temporary. So if you don't know yourself outside of social media, if you don't know what else you like to do in life, you better start searching. But I mean, if you're doing so well that you can like pay off your mama's bills, then that's great. Me, I'm the type of person where I don't like to put my energy into one place. I feel like I've put my energy into one place for way too long, that there's so much more that I feel like I've missed out on learning about myself, and that I'm like dying to learn. I want to know what I like to do. I feel like the more that you consume, actually it's so true that the more that you consume, less creative you are, because you're basing all of your thoughts on other people, on other people's lives, on what they're wearing, on where they're going, on what their life looks like versus yours. Which is why it can be a really, really sad place at the same time that it can be a happy place. I feel like social media is constantly an up and down thing with me, where like I love to be present on here, but then there's times where like I'm really struggling and I come on here to kind of look for some type of like comfort, because you can reach so many people that are going through the same thing as you, or you know, you can get a little bit of motivation on here, but sometimes it just does the opposite effect and it makes you feel worse about yourself. So it is so important to take a step outside of social media and learn who you are. Put your energy in different places. Stop trying to make content out of your life. Stop looking at every day like, oh, okay, like what type of content can I make out of today? And instead make your life the content. Do what you like to do and let the content come last. You will be so much happier that way. So realize that if your content is the first thing on your mind, you're already putting other people first. You're looking for validation, and that's okay sometimes. Sometimes we need it. But just know that social media is temporary, so If I could give any piece of advice to anybody coming from someone like me who has gone through a lot of ups and downs on social media, to never take it too serious. Have fun, but know yourself.
You want to know why New Year, New Me never works out for you? Why you keep claiming it, yet nobody believes you? It's because you keep trying to change yourself. The only way to be true and to be new is through Jesus. That's actually gonna last. Jesus will make this new you so good that you'll never want to turn back. Matter of fact, you'll be new every single year. You will leave your past behind this year. No more looking back. I don't know what new is to you. New could be a new look. New could be new people, new opportunities. Jesus will give you a new heart. Jesus will change your entire life. Jesus will turn your entire life around. When people look at you and they're like, wow, you've changed, guess who you can give credit to? Jesus. How selfish of you to continuously want to take credit all to yourself. Give it to Jesus, because Jesus gave it all for you. Stop looking at new as being having more money. I'm gonna travel more. I'm gonna have more materialistic things. I'm gonna be more attractive this year. And maybe new for you needs to be a new heart, a new life. Maybe new for you needs to be how you treat other people. Maybe new for you needs to be not what you bring in, but what you give out. I think coming into the new year, we need to start thinking about our character and who we are and who we're supposed to be instead of what we have. Remember, everything without the work of the Lord in your life is temporary. So just invite him.
Oh, come on, my soul. Oh, don't you get shy on me. Lift up your song. 'Cause you've got a lion inside love's wrong.
Falling in love with Jesus.